Alright, so Tales of Zestiria, episode 8. It was, I guess, better compared to the other episodes of Tales of Zestiria. I mean, it was fine. It was not that special. I mean, the fight that actually went down with, Saray and the dragon was actually pretty cool. I liked the special effects that was involved within that scene. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to give my overall thoughts about this episode. So, again, the fight, was good. The CG could have been better. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Also, this episode was a little bit contradictory when it came to how this whole episode actually playing out. So, let's begin this review. So, in the beginning of this episode, we see that Alicia begins to storm the city of Lady Lake. That's the place where she is supposed to be the queen or the princess of, this city. But apparently it has been overrun by, I think his name was Bartholomew, and who used to serve under the princess. And they have to go into this city in order to take, the throne back. And Alicia states that they do not kill. They should not kill, because the more they end up killing, the more malevolence it will spread throughout the city, and Saray would even have bigger problems ahead of him, okay? So, Alicia cannot kill, and she even tells her fellow members, the ones who follow her, to not kill. However, the contradictory that was involved in this episode was just like, damn. Like, you have the archer girl freaking taking out her arrows, freaking shooting arrows in the freaking necks of people. Yeah, they're done. They're done. There was even this one scene where this girl takes out a bomb arrow, I guess, an explosive arrow, shoots it at these group of guys. Obviously, they all explode. There's no way that they would have survived that. I mean, let's not kill anyone. And then also we see that her father ends up dying from a blow from Bartholomew. Now, I mean, that I understand. Because that is most likely, going to be a plot device that was involved in this episode. But at the same time, it's almost as Alicia did not care. It's like, she's like, okay, I need to take on Bartholomew now. And, I mean, I guess my father's dead. And we already killed the other guys within the city, so I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But the action that took place at the end of this episode is what I thought was kind of cool. And we even have a special OST that actually plays about in, this episode as well by the end, which I actually liked. I'm not going to lie. And basically that really big tornado, the wind tornado that was going down, that we saw, that was spewing throughout the city, it actually happens to be a dragon. Now, when it comes down to the design of the CG with the dragon, I thought it was awesome. I mean, Ufotable usually executes CG fairly well in their, animes that they create. However, I will state this, that there was a couple scenes in which I saw them, I guess, the group of people traveling to get to the dragon. I think there was a scene where they're on the bridge and they are riding their carriage in order to, get across it, get to the dragon's location in order to stop it. And you just see this dragon flying about the city, and it felt so out of place compared to the animation where you see the group of characters in the background. It almost seemed like a green screen. That's kind of like what it seemed like. I was like, this looks really different compared to, what we would usually see when it comes to Ufotable. But other than that, the CG when it comes to the close-ups of the dragon, and also when Saray and the group were purifying the dragon, like, that shit looked good. That shit really did look good. That's where you can definitely tell where mainly they were executing the scene, putting all their budget. When it comes to the fights, it's great. Ufotable does an awesome job. It's just that little qualm that I have about this episode when it comes to the CG. So it's really not that big of a deal. But I just wanted to state that because I am stating, my likes and also my dislikes about each and every episode that I see. So, yeah, we see Alicia in this episode stating that they will not kill anyone. They end up killing everyone. Well, most of the people that she ends up going up against. She sees her father. Her father ends up dying. And Bartholomew actually, instead of fighting Alicia, jumps off the building and actually commits suicide, apparently. And then we see the fight with Saray and the dragon play out. They try to purify it, and they do. Which is, I thought that was the better part of the episode, like I just stated. So, I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about this episode, so I liked the ending. Didn't really, enjoy the beginning of this episode as much. Like, this series, like, sometimes I don't even know what's going on. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't even know what's going on. Like, let's take, for example, Dimension W. Dimension W had, I was just talking about this with my friends a while ago, but Dimension W had so much potential. So much potential. But then, around the halfway mark, it just went all over the place, and you didn't understand what the fuck was going on. When it comes to Tales of Zestiria, had great potential. Really great potential. They actually executed, like, when they were actually following the game, they executed that really well, and I really hoped that they would have just followed along with the game, but then they started adding in more material, different, plot, sort of devices, just different things compared to the game. They were basically just adding that, and it just feels so convoluted and just out of place. It's just really confusing to, get what they are trying to, present. But that's just me. That's what I have felt when it comes to this season of Tales of Zestiria and, this overall series in general. But I don't know. Let me know your overall thoughts, what you thought about this episode. Also, what you think about the series in general up to this given point in time. And, yeah, thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next one.